Yo, what's good? I'm just going to get this out of the way real quickly. If you're not subscribed already, can you please subscribe because we're nearly at 2k, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay?
Yo, what's good? So, in this video, I'm going to be covering a lot. I've got a lot on my mind that I want to share with everyone, and I want to talk about things like the new update, things like when paid access is coming out, game release, and just the community as a whole, and my thoughts on Mighty Combat right now and the future of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by saying Yoshi Time's food products got added in. I added them myself last night, and yeah, so they're probably the cheapest and best in the game, not in the multiplier, but the fact that they're the cheapest. Yeah, if you're working on a budget, then just use them. I'm gonna get more into that later on in the video, but so this update just dropped, and I think it's a pretty good update for people that are struggling to get money, because the gym is kind of meta right now, and it's only 300 for a certain time period, and then you can get your cheap food from this place here. But paid access release I want to talk about, because Lance kept giving possible release. He never strictly gave a release date. He said game possibly releasing, or game may be releasing. I know that's misleading, and he shouldn't have done it in the first place, but what you've got to understand is I've been doing my best to keep everyone updated, and there was a whole week when we couldn't access Studio, so our progress was delayed by a week by Roblox's issues. We couldn't get into Studio, and some of the stuff that we did got corrupted, so we lost some stuff, alright? And we've been working hard to get paid access out to you, right? And yeah, Lance was giving those dates out, and I can see why he did it, because he wanted to do it to give us devs like a deadline to feel some sort of pressure to work harder, and I get that, but really what he was doing was giving impossible to do tasks in that amount of time to release. It'd just be rushing things, and he wasn't really this is not to hate on Lance. I'm just explaining what the issue that happened, because we've sorted everything now. It's just a misunderstanding, really. But yeah, he was giving them out and wasn't telling us about it, so we spoke about everything, and paid access is gonna come when it's ready. It's got no set date. The people that have the pre-order, I've taken the Game Pass like basically off sale right now, so no one else buys it, because I don't want people feeling like they're entitled to a game as soon as possible and trying to rush the devs in the game when they don't really know the state of the game in the first place. And if you're asking me, the pre-order should have never been put in place like at all, because it makes people feel like they're entitled to a game. Even though pre-order means you've got to wait, people are impatient and they want to play the game now, and they don't understand the state of the game. The game's got issues. The game's only been in development for like over 2 months, and this is what we've got. It's lacking in content. There's bugs that come up, and yeah, I'm not saying it's a fun game. From my perspective, I think the game is very fun with your friends. Being police is very fun. The police and gang interaction's very fun. The breaking out and stuff, the constant like warfare. It's a really fun thing. For other people, it's the grind. It's the getting money. And money's going to be buffed, yes, and I saw Odie's video and it had some very valid points in it, and honestly it was quite a funny video. I got some laughs out of it, so yeah, no hard feelings. But yeah, I've seen people's points and stuff, and I'm taking them into consideration. But I think if you know how to train, it's not really an issue. If you actually put the time into the game, you don't need to do boxing trainings. You don't need to spend 200 a time at boxing trainings. You can literally spend a bit of money on some food. Like you saw Yoshi Time. So his food can be as low as $17 and as high as $25, and it's the cheapest stuff in the game. You can just stack up on some of that stuff. Go to the gym where there's an EXP multiplier that stacks with the food, and just do your push-ups, sit-ups, bench pressing, pull-ups, anything like that. You don't even need to do the boxing stuff. It's just, that's what I recommend. But if you're struggling with money, then yeah, that's something you can do. Now, what I really wanted to talk about is the fact that that I decided to make an announcement to let everyone know that the game isn't coming out that day. I'm being real with everyone. I'm keeping people updated every step of the way. I think you'd much more appreciate that rather than us just keeping you in the dark and everything and letting you think that the game's releasing one day and the next day and it's not releasing, and it just seems like it's never releasing. So I decided to be honest with you, and I told everyone in the community that the game's not releasing today, and I got, for some reason I was getting hate for that. A lot of hate. I lost, I think, like 20 subs for it. I got more dislikes on my previous video, the one that I posted at the time, than I usually would. There was people in chat saying that they don't like me, just insults and stuff. I'm not offended by it at all. It doesn't really bother me. I just want to mention people. Well, obviously, it's something that I just want to. I don't want any hate in the community, really. I know that's a stupid thing to say. Obviously, there's going to be hate and toxicity, but I don't want a bad relationship between community and developers, because that's not a very healthy thing for a game. So I want to be upfront with everyone every step of the way and keep people updated, and I want to explain. I understand why people got angry, but you got to see from my point of view, I'm just trying to help out. And the other devs are working really hard to try and get this game out to everyone in paid release. So yeah, the people who have pre-order probably going to be able to play the game before paid release, like a couple of days before. I've took the Game Pass. Well, I've put the Game Pass to like 2,000, so it's basically the same as if you were to buy Wave now, because I don't really want anyone buying it and feeling entitled to a game and rushing developers and stuff, because it puts a lot of pressure on other devs. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about, and now I'm going to talk about the new update. So it's bench pressing in the gym. So the gym's really good now. You can take your food there, and bro, with this new grind and stuff, I think I'm going to actually reset my stats and grind, because I think it might actually be pretty fun. But this mesh for the weight is temporary. That's not going to be the actual mesh. But this boba tea stuff is the cheapest stuff for the buffs in the game. Honestly, go to Yoshi Time and buy stuff there if you're working on a budget and you want to use the gym. Now, honestly, you don't even need to do the boxing trainings. I just recommend that you do the boxing trainings, because early on it gives more like stuff. But these pull-ups as well look kind of goofy, but you know, this is a good way to train your endurance. Takes more stamina than usual. The bench pressing is a good way to train your strength. So honestly, if you're struggling for money, go to Yoshi Time, buy the food buffs, and go to the gym, get your center membership, and you're gonna be fine. If you don't feel like doing the boxing trainings, then just do this. But obviously, it's up to you. You can train in what way you want, but if you are struggling with money like a lot of people, I know you are, then this is gonna help you out. Make sure you get your vests and you train with your vests, because they will help out a lot. Now, if you want to train your speed, there's the treadmills. This is the combo you need to be using when you're doing any trainings. So you're going to want the Ready XP and the Energizer, and if you're doing treadmill, then you're going to want to do this with nachos as well. But this is going to give you more. You're going to get more out of your exercise if you do this food combo. And if you want to do treadmill, use your nachos. Make sure you've got your vest on as well, and you're in the gym if you're doing any sort of bodyweight exercise. You still got to use catchies for the combat speed and stuff. No, I'm gonna actually. People think shadow training is the only way to train your combat speed in the game. You can do curl ups and do them in the gym with the food EXPs and stuff, and that's gonna be good for you. Like, you're getting strength out of it and you're getting combat speed. So if you really don't want to do shadow trainings and spend lots of money on them, then focus on those, and you're gonna get two things out of it as well. So yeah, I'm just giving you the tips and stuff on to train. If you want to train base strength, just do push-ups or do what I'm doing now. Doing bench pressing and pull-ups is going to take more stamina than doing sit-ups and push-ups, obviously, but you're going to get more out of it. So it's a good thing to use. It's good if you, like I said, if you're working on a budget, or if you've got a vest. If you get like the red vest at least, then I just recommend solely working on in the gym and don't even worry about catchies. You can still go to, if you feel like it's a bit too slow, then you can go to catchies if you're willing to spend more cash. But if you really don't want to spend more cash, then you can just stick to the gym and it's fine. And also, apparently they nerfed this chi blast move. I don't know, it's not really that much of an issue. Not many people have the move anyway, but yeah, just thought I'd share it with you. And I also really want to do something with the Mighty Arcade. So let me know in the comments what I should do with it. I'm thinking of giving it to a CEO and adding some... Oh, someone's here. Adding some sort of, like, I don't know, food to it, or some sort of mini game you can play in the arcade for cash. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. But like I said, look how expensive the stuff is in here. Like, Yoshi Time's very cheap for what it is. You're getting good buffs for a very low amount, and it's right next to Kachi's Karate as well. So if you are grinding in Kachi's, then you know. But the thing you'd want to do in Kachi's if you want to train your strength fast is you drink the fruit and nut one, and you drink the pearl milk tea. And look how cheap these are compared. Like I said, the price goes up if it's more in higher demand, because that's how the economy system works in this game. If something's in higher demand, then the price is going to go up by a little bit. It caps at a certain amount, but yeah. That's why sometimes you see things really expensive and sometimes they're really cheap. But Yoshi Time has a reasonably low price all the time round. But look at these prices. Look at the price for Vanilla. Vanilla gives the same buff as Yoshi Time's Fruit and Nut. So honestly, Yoshi Time's winning. This update I think is going to be pretty helpful to people grinding. If you did quit because the grind was too hard, and you do want to get back into the game, or you're just bored, then I'd recommend giving it a shot and taking advantage of the gym and the cheap food products at Yoshi Time. But there's also going to be a money buff anyway pretty soon. So I appreciate all the constructive criticism everyone's been given and the suggestions. We have not been ignoring you. We've been working very hard behind the scenes and taking everything into consideration. And like I said, this game's only been in development for just over 2 months. So there's going to be issues, there's going to be bugs. That's what these waves are for. It's essentially testing. It's letting more and more people in to test the game, and it's not a perfect game. It is not a perfect game. There aren't perfect games. Well, this definitely is not a perfect game, but as expected. The future of the game, we're not going to quit. We're working our best, and honestly, is this a game that I personally enjoy myself? It's not a game I'd usually go to play. My motivation for this game comes from the community, their enjoyment out of the game, their wanting to play. If there wasn't a community supporting the game, I don't think I'd be working on this game. It's not something that I lay in bed and I think about, oh, Mighty Combat is the perfect game for me, I just want to develop on it. I still enjoy developing on it. I enjoy making the updates, I enjoy the community interaction, I enjoy making the videos. But yeah, I guess we'll see where the game goes, and I hope this video was of some helpfulness to you, some use. And if you did listen to the beginning bit, then we definitely cleared some things up. But if you did watch the end, then I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, and I hope anyone that was involved in that misunderstanding, I don't want there to be any hard feelings. Like, I don't want you to feel like we don't like you, we're bad people. Yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna end the video here, and yeah, I hope you enjoy.